Hey, family, I just want to thank you again for your patience. I will begin to start here momentarily. Um, like I said earlier, in the meantime, definitely make sure that you have good signal, good Wi-Fi wherever you are. Will and Tim, just like they do each and every single Monday night, are going to be dropping some gems for us, guys. All right. Well, again, my name is Delano. I want to welcome everybody to our Money Making Motivational Mindset Zoom with Will and Tim of REI Wholesalers R Us. If you guys are new, welcome. Um, if you guys been on a call, you guys already know or may already know the story of REI Wholesalers R Us, which was started by Will and Tim almost 5 years ago. Pretty much with the intention to share their 20 plus years of combined real estate experience with the community. Since then, they helped a lot of people, a lot of sellers, helped a lot of sellers out of their situation, a lot of buyers get investment properties, and they helped a lot of people get into the business and have major success, guys. But without further ado, Will Galloway and Tim Harvey, if your brothers are on the line, the stage is yours.
Hey, Delano, how's it going?
Hey, Tim, everything's great. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Hey, I can see and hear you perfectly fine.
All right, man. Well, listen, guys, we are so excited. And if you don't mind, guys, I do want to double check and make sure that we are on Facebook Live and on Zoom. In both places, can you confirm that we are live in both places? Just by giving me a thumbs up. Can you guys update me on that if y'all don't mind? And we're going to get started. But just momentarily, man, while we're doing that, man, just want to say thank you to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We are so grateful for this opportunity that He has given us. He's given us an opportunity to even do this platform, to share this platform the way that we're able to share it. Thank you very much. We're grateful to be able to share this platform the way that we're able to share it. And God is good; His mercy endures forever. So, and secondly, just want to thank. I want to thank my partner. I want to thank you, Delano, for jumping on, man. I certainly appreciate you doing what you're doing, man. Appreciate the hosting and making things happen. Also want to thank Lachette. Thank you for putting everything together in the background. And of course, we'll certainly appreciate you, man. The glue, man, the thing that makes it happen, man. And so we certainly appreciate that, man, each and every week. And first of all, guys, welcome. And to you guys, and you guys that are actually on the line, we certainly appreciate you guys for jumping on this. If this is your first time, or if you've been on this thing for the last couple of years with us, we are so grateful for that. And just to get started, my name is Tim Harvey. My partner's name is Will Galloway. We were blessed to be able to start this way back in 2015. Me and Will, we have been doing business together for a while. And, we just had like minds. We had the same mindset for how to do business. And, we had a faith-based mindset, a Christian mindset on how to do business. And we decided that it'd just be a good idea to start a community of like-minded people that want to do real estate together. More specifically in the wholesale realm. So, with that, we were blessed to be able to start REI Wholesalers R Us back in 2015. Started off at a Barnes and Noble, and from there we had a meeting. It's funny to say meeting nowadays, but we met at Barnes and Noble and had a meeting, and actually were able to put it together. And from that, we had our first meetup. Our first meetup was in a Piccadilly cafeteria. Here in the Southeast, there are the kind of cafeterias where you just kind of take a tray and you take it through the line, and you pick what you want, off of the line. And that's what a Piccadilly cafeteria was. Well, anyway, they gave us an opportunity to eat there, to hold our meeting for free as long as we ate. And little did we know that we were going to have such resounding success on that first meeting. And from there, here it is 5 years later. We're in our own facilities pretty much, and where we've been meeting every single month. And here over the last meetup was a Zoom where we've been meeting virtually, and we meet through Zoom now on Saturdays, and of course Mondays, and now through Facebook Live. So that's me and Will. That's how we got started with REI Wholesalers R Us. I mean, just a community We've been able to help people, like Delano said, help people start their first deals, get their first deals done. We've been able to help people, go 6 figures, in the business. We've also been able to help a lot of our partners that, may have just got stuck on a deal. And we've been able to help turn those deals into, those lemons into lemonade. And we've been blessed to be able to do that. So I am grateful to be able to get on here tonight. We've got a special guest and partner. The stage is yours. How you doing? How's your day? It's that Monday, man. Mondays are a little bit different now. Okay.
Can you hear me? I just want to make sure you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, because it seemed like your voice is kind of going in and out, so I was just trying to make sure it wasn't on my end, because I think my reception is not the best right now.
Okay. Is my voice going in and out?
I can hear you, but I guess,
okay.
I don't know. Well, I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Okay. Definitely grateful to be here, man. Super excited. Will is lagging, so I am lagging.
Okay.
Is anybody else? I know Camilla said I'm lagging. Did anybody else say I'm lagging? Because I may have to log out and log back in from my phone. So can anybody else chime in and let me know, am I lagging? Or how am I sounding so far? I just want to make sure before I don't want to get to talking and you guys can't really hear me that good. So can anybody from Facebook or Zoom, can y'all let me know, am I lagging? Am I lagging, partner?
Sometimes you're going in and out.
Just to say
yeah, he said you good on his end. So hey man, let the Holy Spirit roam. and we'll get it from there.
Well, I'm here. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. I'm thankful to be on this call tonight. I thank y'all for joining us tonight. Anytime we get a chance to get on these calls, man, it's just such a blessing. I thank the Lord Savior Jesus Christ for allowing us this platform just to be heard on a Monday evening. Again, it's a lot going on right now, and we just got to stay focused. We got to stay together. We got to know that it's going to get better. And this what we're going through, this storm that we're going through, is only temporary. It's only temporary. And tonight, we got a guest we're going to bring on in a few minutes. We're excited to have one of our brothers. He's going to join us tonight. We wanted to kind of bring on somebody who we're friends with. We call this a brother, and we wanted to get his point of view of what he is going through with the market and in the investing world from another point of view. But we're just excited. One thing I do want to kind of touch on that I said I was going to mention was I've been getting asked this question a lot, and I actually got this question asked to me right before I got on this call. A friend of mine called me, and I was like, "Hey man, I got to get off the phone. I'm getting ready to jump on a call." And right before that, he had asked me a question, and it's ironic that me and my wife were actually just talking about this. And the question that he asked me, and maybe some of you guys are asking yourselves this question. The question that he asked me was, is this the time to kind of pump the brakes and kind of relax and chill based on everything that's going on? Or is this the time to kind of work and work hard? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of conflicted on what I need to be doing right now. And I was just like, man, like, really, this is the time to not get comfortable. I think a lot of people are having that mentality, like they kind of want to get comfortable because, maybe, you've been quarantined to where it has kind of gotten you into like a lazy type of mentality where you kind of lay back and you kind of like, whatever. And some people I think are just stuck and really don't know what the next move is. And some people from the corporate America, maybe you've been getting paid home pay right now with unemployment. Maybe you have applied for that loan, that everybody's been talking about, that forgiveness loan. So I mean, it's a lot of things to where you may not know what your next move is. You may not even know where your next income coming from. Because a lot of people don't even know where their next check is coming from, or how they're going to pay their bills, or how they're going to pay their mortgage. And one thing that I've been focusing on doing is, of course, this is a great time to spend time with family. Of course, we're in a position where we can do that. but don't take your foot off the brakes. You know, don't take your foot off the brakes. Stay focused, stay committed to whatever it is you're doing. Maybe you have to rearrange a few things. Maybe you have to figure out something a little bit different, but it doesn't stop. You know, you have to continuously keep working. You have to continuously keep doing all the things that is going to help you when things get better. You know, because if you take your foot off the brakes and when things do get better, you're going to be playing catch up. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much you're going to be trying to play catch up and trying to build back up to, you know, where you left off at. And you definitely don't want to be into that point. We always talk about one of the main things you want to always do is you always want to be coming from a place of momentum, you know, coming from a place of momentum, coming from a place of building yourself up to getting better and being better. And if you take your foot off the brakes, you're basically going to have to push a restart button. You're going to start all over, you know, and that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to come from a place where you're starting from scratch and you're coming from a place where you're having to start all over. So I just wanted to just say that. Partner, you can chime in if you want to real quick before we run on our good.
Yeah. The main thing, and I totally agree with you. You know, you've got to, you know, and sometimes like in a pivot, you know, which is where this is a pivot move, and a pivot is something where you've got to suddenly stop and then you've got to turn into a different direction. You know, sometimes within a pivot, sometimes we don't know what to do when it's a pivot. You know, like sometimes we move slowly when we should just be pivoting. And with a pivot is just a quick move. It's just a quick assessment. And this is what you know, this community is about is, you know, we've been making quick assessments. And as we made a quick assessment, then we go, let's go this way and let's make things happen in this way. Yeah. I mean, a lot of things have happened. Yeah. You know, this thing is coming with the, you know, coronavirus, you know, everything is happening. Yeah. Everything is changing. But at the same time, like Will said, you've got to maintain your momentum. You know, you've got to maintain that mindset of momentum. And that's the place where, you know, that's the place where we have to come from. Now, I know that, you know, and I realize that it is easy, you know, to sometimes just kind of sit back and chill. But guys, as entrepreneurs, we don't have that. We don't have that opportunity to sit back and chill as an entrepreneur. Now, I know, you know, like Will was saying, you know, there's some kind of $10,000 whatever, but who knows what, you know, who knows what's going to happen there. All I know is that when I became an entrepreneur, I took charge of my life. I took charge of my own economy as an entrepreneur. And that's where we have to have the mindset of. This is why we got into business. We didn't get into business to just, you know, sit back and lag with everybody else. No, we got into business so that we could take charge and that we could be our own. We could create our own economies. Our economy is not determined by our president, the present world conditions, or anything else. Our economy as entrepreneurs is determined by how we think. That's where our economy is determined. And that's where we have to, you know, that's where we have to just, you know, be is like, hey, we can sit back and chill or we can, you know, we can go back. But as, you know, as entrepreneurs, nothing is determined. Nothing is determined, you know, so except what we do, you know, and what God allows us to do. So that's the kind of mindset that we have to have in creating the momentum of the not creating. I mean, we got dealt those, you know, those blows. Yeah. But guess what? We're soldiers. And as soldiers, you get back up and you keep on going. And that's what it's all about. I know a lot of people, you know, and a lot of people have asked me, hey, you know, what's going on? You know, are we still able to, you know, do this and do that? Yeah, I mean, we're still able to do those same things. We're just doing them a little bit differently. And that's where the community comes in at. That's where, you know, like if you're getting the right information from people in the community, that's why we got one of our guests coming on today, our homeboy. You know, is if you're getting the right information, then you have an ability to go ahead and say, okay, now I know we can do this and we can move forward. And that's the kind of mindset that we got to have, partner.
Absolutely. And one thing real quick before we bring on our guests, stay busy, stay productive, but stay safe. You know, only leave the house if you have to leave the house. You know what I'm saying? hate it when I see, like, I be
called
seeing people
wisdom.
posting stuff on Facebook and they be showing people having parties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, this is not the time to
No.
not take this situation serious. You
No.
know what I'm saying? Like, I do not leave the house unless it's the grocery store, essential stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if it's really like something related to business where I got to go and I'm coming right back home, like, I'm not hanging out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stay home, trying to stay productive. You know, I do think it's good, you know, if you want to get some fresh air, you know, if you want to go take a jog, which I love to do. It's so relieving to me, you know, just, you know, just kind of exercise while I'm still, you know, while I'm not able to go to the gym. But just stay safe, guys.
Yeah.
Be smart and be productive. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I just wanted to say real quick. And
we are encouraging, you know, like, and yeah, I just hey, good evening, guys. We aren't encouraging you to be reckless, but we are encouraging everybody to be smart as they do business. You know, just, you know, let's not mistake that, because we do take what's going on very, very seriously. But we are encouraging you to be smart, you know, be proactive, be productive. I heard that there are ways that you can drive for dollars without leaving your home. So, you know, just understand that there are ways to do business, but we just have to be creative. That's why we are entrepreneurs. We have to be creative. And as entrepreneurs, guess what? We're going to figure it out. So just want to say that, guys. Yeah, I want to know if Dame is on. If Dame,
I seen him on Zoom, so
okay, he's on Zoom. Okay,
host.
Cool. Let's see if we can add him on. You know, this whole computer thing today has been very funny, guys. So
and I just want to say this, guys, for those people who asking the question, is people still doing real estate right now? Are people still doing deals? Yes,
Yeah.
and quadruple yes. I had 2 closings last week, so yes, people are still doing deals.
We had closings last week.
It don't stop. So yes, and triple yes. People are still buying houses. People are still making offers. None of that stuff is stopping. You know what I'm saying? Yes, things have changed. Yes, things have slowed down a little bit. Yes, buyers are being a little bit more strategic in their offers. Yeah, sellers are kind of like, you know, skeptical a little bit about the market and what's going to happen. Yeah, that is true. But people are still doing deals. People still want to sell their houses. So don't stop what you're doing. Don't stop marketing. Don't stop none of that. I just wanted to put that out there as well. Keep working.
We're gonna I'm see if we can do this. See if Lachette can do it.
We're having an issue with adding him as a host.
Yeah. And it's on my end really, because the new computer I'm using a different one tonight. So so if you text Lachette and just ask her to add him on there. Do y'all see him over there? Is he there? And I apologize, guys. It's technology. Do you see him over there? Okay, there he is. Yeah, okay, here he is. Okay. I just saw him on. Okay, there. there he is. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing?
How you doing, man?
Doing good.
All right, man. Listen, guys, just want to go ahead and introduce this brother. And you know, this is Damian Palmer. You know, him and his wife Lorraine. I mean, they have a huge business here in Atlanta. They've done a lot of fix and flips, a lot of rehabs, a lot of renovations. They do wholesaling. Got a chance to meet up with him a couple of years ago, and you know, of course, we've done deals together. And since, you know, we do deals with our friends. And since then, you know, we've been able to be, you know, good friends. You know, since he started a few years ago, he's been able to mentor a lot of people in this business. And I mean, he just has his pulse on what's happening. One thing that I'll say about Damon is that when he took hold of an area, he took hold of an area. And he did what they taught him to do and actually applied it. And just want to say, brother, to your face, man, to the public, big ups to you, man, for what you're doing out here in this community, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's not easy, doing business and being an ambassador, but we see you and your wife doing both. And we're so grateful to have you as a friend, man. We just wanted to get you on tonight, man, because we know things have changed in the last, just the last couple of weeks. We all had to make a pivot. And if you can, man, just kind of tell us what's going on your side, and how you see things from over the past couple of weeks.
Definitely like what you were talking about earlier, and I like how you put it, is the pivot. Things have changed, things have slowed down a little bit, but it all depends on how you look at it. Because now, the funny thing about this whole thing, because I have a mentor right now, we were talking about this shift. We weren't expecting it to be a virus to make the shift happen. But we were
we thought it was going to be our fault.
That was already coming. Yeah, we were already talking about the shift that was coming.
Right.
So we already started shifting how we were operating from about, I would tell you, October, November. So even before everything that's going on right now, we already had changed how we were operating, the things that we were doing in our business, just because we expected the market to do something. We weren't sure exactly when. It happened much sooner than we expected. But that's fine, as you said, because even with what's going on right now, don't stop. Keep doing what you're doing. Now you can't go out there. You don't have the excuse so you can push your marketing. There's so much, like I had so many excuses and stuff that I said I couldn't do. I was so busy. I had to be on the road. Now I don't have any excuses. So I have to get stuff done, putting better systems in place, building your team even more right now, because that's what it all boils down to. We got a couple renovations going on right now. And we had a couple challenges going on with city and permitting. So hey, the city's not coming out. So okay, what's the next thing? Finding that's coming out, that's actually doing our inspections right now. Some cities, some parts of Atlanta, I think they're still doing third-party inspections where the inspectors are not coming out, but they actually hire a third-party company to come out and do inspections. So if they're shifting, why aren't we shifting? You get what I'm saying? They're still doing it, and we just got to find out the things that we have to do right now to keep our business going.
I think that's interesting. You said that, man. Because it's just funny, man. Like in times of when private, when cities go into crises, and when there are crises that happen, it's the private sector that they look to. It's people like us that they look to dig them out of the issue. So you said that the city's hiring people to do what they would normally do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, and it's the same thing right now with us. So what are we doing in our business to shift with what's going on right now?
Right.
You as you said, and I like when you talk about the driving for dollars and things like that. We're recalling lists that we pulled 2-3 years ago. We're like, hey, they weren't motivated at that time. So let's see where their motivation level is right now. And we're not trying to prey on anybody or anything like that. We're really trying to give them a solution or option to help them out in a situation where they're in right now. Every situation we try to make sure it's a win-win situation for everybody, because you don't want something like that on your credit. And if I could come out and give you a solution to help you out right now and help you so you're not in a bad situation, you're not put out or foreclosure or whatever the situation might be, it's just on me right now to do what I can do to help the people in my neighborhood. Like what you said too, we've been in one zip code since I started. It's crazy the other day when I went on the map and just started putting hearts on all the properties that we did in the zip code, and I just realized like we did so many properties just within like 3-block radius, not even 5 miles, 6 miles. I'm talking within a 3-block radius. How many properties you just did in that area? And that's also not doing it by myself, but working with my team, because I don't call people wholesaler. That's an extension of my team right there.
It's a team, right?
Because they're going out there and putting in the hustle and putting out the work. So if I can't get it done, they're still doing it done, and the deal still makes sense for everybody. Right. So as you said, with the market right now, I just look at this as an opportunity. Our coaches always tell me is not what happened to us, but what happened for us. Why is this whole situation happening for us right now? And what can we learn from these situations, and how can we grow our business in this time? So don't look at it as you were talking about earlier, Will, as this time to stop. No, this is a time to dig deep right now and see, hey, what's your motivation? The deals are not coming as easy as you think it was before. The numbers are not where they were before. So what you have to do right now. One of the steps that we even take was reverse wholesaling. So now guess what? I'm doing wholesaling and rehab. So guess what I'm finding out right now? I'm finding out who are the true cash buyers and finding out what they're looking for.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not wasting my time looking at a bunch of properties right now. I'm start going specifically at certain people that I know are cash buyers and saying, okay, what are you looking for?
Right.
And that's what I'm looking for right now, because I know that person's gonna close. I have a deal right now that the hard money lender changed their terms every day. They're purchasing it from me. It's a deal that I'm wholesaling, and the hard money lender changed the terms every day.
Wow.
And that's crazy. I'm talking about every day. The terms from what it was 5 days ago to now is completely different. So how do you shift in something like that? How do you prepare yourself? You can't. So guess what you got to do? Once they shift, you have to shift with them and see, okay, what I got to do. Hey, the budget was too high. How can I cut my budget to make the deal make sense? Is it too low? Let me start going back to other people and say, okay, this is where my numbers at. What can we do with the numbers to make it make sense? So I'm working together right now. I have a deal. I'm talking to the wholesaler. I'm talking to the lender. We're all three on the call constantly because we're like, hey, let's make this deal work.
Right.
Where the numbers have to be, and then let's work together now instead of saying, hey, what you're making now. Right. What do we all need to make this deal make sense?
That's that's the one thing. That's the one thing we see, Damien, is that now it's like a true team effort. Not only because guess what, because now not only do you have to get with the seller, now, and you be like, you have to educate the seller and be like, hey, this is this, that's that. Things have changed, but you've got to get with your buyer. Like you also said, the wholesaler, your lender, everybody is involved because everybody wants to make things happen now. And that's the whole thing of this community, is that everybody understands where everybody is. And we all know if we want to make a piece of the pie, then this is what we have to do.
Yeah, definitely. And then it's just now, as you still going back to where I see the market in the future, I'm not worried about that. If you keep worrying about where you see the market in the future, you're not focusing on your business right now. Focus on your business. Focus on being consistent in your business, doing what you know as a business, and run your business. Everything else will fall into place. Run your business, structure your business the way it's supposed to be. Because if you were buying right in the first place, whether it's shift or not, you still be in a good place.
Right. That's right.
That was just one of the main things that we look at. We have a rehab that just on the contract, they're closing in 17 days, and that's a residential rehab.
Wow.
So they even have on the residential side where even residential lenders are looking to close even quicker right now. And I'm talking to agents right now, and the agents are like, hey, they have so much buyers on the residential side. So now we're shifting now. Instead of doing these rehabs that are much longer, we're looking like, okay, there's so much buyers right now. We don't know where the time is. So let's start looking for lighter rehabs. We're not stop buying. Just change the style of rehab that you're doing right now.
Say that again. So because we see a lot of stuff coming out on whether it be Facebook and all these different deals that we see out there. What do you say that one more time about what people are looking for now?
So people are looking for lighter rehabs right now because we're time is the most expensive thing always.
Yeah.
Time dictates everything. Forget about everything else that you know. Time is the most expensive thing in the business every single time. So in a situation like this where the market is so fragile, like it's fear driven right now. That's the problem. The problem is the market is fear driven right now because everybody's fear. You'll see people that have renovated properties that are dropping the prices because they're afraid. But if they hold up and where they say that, they'll still get the price. The comps ain't dropping. So why are you dropping your prices?
So let me ask you this, Dame. Now, from a standpoint of like price point, okay, and where we want our end buyer to be. And when I mean end buyer, I'm talking about the retail buyer. Has that changed as well?
The funny thing is that we always targeted like the 250 and under.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And some of my partners target like the 300 to the 600, and their buyer pool is it hasn't even got affected yet. They're still in that comfortable zone because those people are getting paid more. They're on salary, whether they work this week or not. They're still getting a more comfortable position that they're in. So they're still buying. I'm still seeing cash buyers at that price point. Now my price point, those are the everyday blue collar workers, 9 to 5. I had a deal that was under contract before we finished, and the person just lost their job while we were under contract.
Wow. So
So
the FHA buyer, and this is good, man. The FHA type buyer is being effective, correct?
definitely, and even conventional too, because if it all depends on what price point you're looking at right now.
Right.
But it still goes back to what I'm saying. You know, on the residential side, we're talking to agents right now. We're working more with the agents, like having better conversations with them. Like, hey, let's really start pre-qualifying your buyers. So let's finding out what they can afford, and let's start looking for that, because we have multiple properties. Hey, maybe this is not the one for them, but I have another option for them. So that's kind of a nicer thing with us, with being in the same area and having price, because we have properties from 170 to 250. So we fit buyers in different price points. So if this property don't work for you, you're not approved for this. I would love for you to buy the higher price property, but I see that, hey, this couldn't work. Will this one work for you? Yeah, it's not in the neighborhood you want to be, but it's the same type of rehab that you're getting, same quality, and eventually, hey, 2, 3, 4, 5 months from now, a year from now, this area is gonna be just as good as that area. These are the conversations you want to have with the agents as well, and educating them on the neighborhoods that you're renovating in, so they're aware that, hey, it doesn't look like this right now, but it will get there.
This is what the other thing when I hear from you, when we talk about pivoting and adjusting, and I'm talking, and the way that we're pivoting and adjusting is that it sounds like instead of just letting the money come, which is what it did, up until a couple of weeks ago, it sounds like we're having more conversations with everybody. Everybody's communicating like, hey, this is this, that's that. And that's the pivot. The pivot is more communication now. That's why communities are important. Communities like this are important. Communities like Fortune Builders are important. All these communities are very, very important, because that's how we all make money together. But
I got a question. Why did it take this for us to start community? Well, we are not, but why does it take something like this for us? We should have been operating like this from before this whole thing even happened.
Well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, with race, and things of that nature. Like people don't come together until there's a tragedy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
crazy.
Like, now it's black, white, everybody, Chinese, whatever. Everybody's kumbaya now. It's the same thing. People are
Will could tell you, where we chop it every blue moon. We just call each other, hey, what's going on? And we chop it up and be like, hey, this is what's going on right now.
Right.
What you think about this? Just to see what's going on. What's the temperature? What's the climate? What's going on right now in the market before this whole thing happened? Because you have to know. You got to consistently educate yourself and find out what's going on in the areas and what are you doing. Because if you're not planning and setting yourself up consistently, and like you said, right now, this is not a time to stop. This is a time to market even more. We're part of, my wife is part of the Powerhouse Real Estate Brokerage, and Amy does an 8 a.m. call webinar every day, constantly talking about the market, constantly talking about things that we should be doing.
Amy's
now
great.
is the everybody's at home, so why aren't we calling more people?
Right.
Tell me you can't get somebody on the phone right now. Why are we not cold calling right now?
That's right.
Forget about driving for dollars. Let's skip trace the whole neighborhood and call everybody. Everybody's home.
That's right.
We already know Amy go hard, so we already know.
Yeah, Amy's great.
Definitely, man. Yeah, she's a beast. So but it still goes back to what you're saying. Now you got to surround yourself with these people constantly, because if you surround yourself with naysayers, you're gonna start thinking like them. So I gotta constantly surround myself with people like you, Amy, Mahar, Frank. Frank got a YouTube channel right now, and I'm watching his YouTube channel, paying attention to what he's doing. Stacey Rossetti, she's doing her live videos, and you got to surround yourself with these people constantly, because if you want to head that way, and it's not following what they're doing or trying to say, I'm just paying attention to what they're doing, because it's about keeping your business consistent and following up with what you're trying to do. As you said, if I don't work, I don't get paid. I'm not a 9-to-5 worker. If I don't go out there and put out a hustle, I'm not getting paid. So I have to go out there, and we're not telling, just like you, we're not telling everybody to go out there and put yourself in danger. Like you know, my new face mask is and my wife gonna hate me for this. This is my new face mask right here. You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
You gotta do.
What you use your white bra for your face mask? I like, man.
But yo, you gotta do what you gotta do, because guess what? I'm still calling my guys like, hey, like now you switching up the schedules, not making everybody show up at the same time, but giving everybody space.
Right.
So
right.
yeah, it's still, and something all people always say, slow motion is always better than no motion. Yeah, you're not moving fast as you were before, but at least you're still moving. You keep the ball rolling. You start at the top of the cliff and keep rolling. It's gonna start building up, and then when we reach to the other side, you're not playing catch up. Because that's what's gonna happen if you take a break right now. You're gonna be playing catch up.
I was just saying that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like what Will said earlier, man. He's like, you gotta, you're gonna have to go back and try to get momentum, and it's tough to get momentum, man. You should already have that momentum. So yeah, that's so true.
So, Damien, I know you rehab a lot. Are you doing any wholesaling, or what actually are you doing right now?
So we're still doing hotel deals with properties that we've bought and clean them up and things like that. We got them for good prices and sell them out. And we're doing. Nobody want to really hold on to anything right now per se. So we're definitely doing more wholesale deals right now. But it's just going to buyers right now, and it's all about educating people, like what we should have been doing before, just educating everyone right now and just let them know, hey, this is what's projected, this is what we're seeing, this is the price that, hey, I think it's gonna be because of what's going on right now. So if I'm gonna do a wholesale deal, I'm going to my end buyer and saying, okay, what are you looking for? Because I have a cash buyer right now, and he's closing deals every day. He hasn't slowed down at all, and I'm just trying to. And only properties I'm looking for right now is what fits his criteria. It 1, 2, 3 fits his criteria. I send it to him. It works. Let's go. Because right now it's not about, hey, I'm trying to hit a grand slam. I'm trying to make this. It's all about being consistent right now.
Right.
Just being consistent, because right now I could tell you I have about 6 or 7 wholesale deals lined up. Out of those 6, I had 2 of them that I've been working on for 2 years, and it's some solid deals. And with the market doing what it's doing right now, some of them are in court. The courts are shut down. So guess what? Those are stopped. You can't rely on 6 or 7 wholesale deals. You got to be doing more than that. You have to have at least 15 in the pipeline to be a consistent in this business, because you don't know what's gonna. If you're not closing it yourself, you don't know what that next guy is gonna do. And I have situations where I'm a solid buyer. I don't go into contract if I'm sure I'm going to close. And there's deals that I fell off in the past, and it was completely something that out of my control. And there's sometimes it was in my control, and I was like, nah, I just don't like how it looked, and I'll lose the earnest money and do what I have to do. But it's just about keeping that relationship still with people, and that's what it boils down to. Hey, this is what I said I was going to do. I didn't do it. Here's the earnest money we agreed on. Let's keep it going and keep the relationship. There's no shirt off my back, but it's letting them know early too, because I communicate with people that I'm buying wholesale deals from. When do you need to close, and how much time do you have on it? Because I don't want to put you in a situation where, hey, you relied on me and I didn't perform, and you got 2 more days to find another buyer right now.
Hey, Damon, I want you to kind of talk about that a little bit, man, because like there's a lot of deals out there floating around, and there's a reason that we're asking these questions. And can you touch on that? What you're talking about? When I want to know how much time you got. Maybe what you're in it for, so we can all kind of work together. Talk about that now.
So definitely, and when we come across, especially working with new people, is they don't know you, so it's all about you just talk to them. Listen, I'm not trying to find out how much you have it on the contract. I'm trying to lowball your price or find out how much you're making. I'm trying to figure out, okay, let's work together. And I see, hey, this is what makes sense for me. It's just like when I'm putting out offers, and I don't like the project that we walked like a year ago. That person bought that house for 10 grand. I bought it from them for 76.
Right.
Nobody's people are gonna be like, I'm not buying no deal from a wholesaler, and he's gonna make 76,000. He's gonna make $60-something thousand profit on the deal. Well, I'm not buying that deal, but I didn't care how much money he was making. I know what he had it under contract for. I know what the end result is and what I need to make my profit. I'm not watching his money. And that's the same situation we got to look at right now. We got to work together and be like, hey, this is where we need to be. This is the time you need to close, because guess what? If I can't get it done in the time that you need to do, it's not about only just being a cash buyer. Can I do it in the time that you need? And also, if I can't do it within that time, can I give you enough time to find another buyer?
Well,
And-
you know, the thing about it is that, you know, like we are cash buyers, you know, like, you know, we are cash buyers, and we want to understand, we want to qualify a deal so that we can know, look, if I got to buy this, if I got to take this out, I want to know exactly what I'm doing. And because I don't want to disappoint you on your side, I want to make sure that, you know, that you're going to be good. And I also want to tell you up front, hey, this is what I can and can't do. You know, we can work together, or I can buy it. You know, there's different ways, but that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to create a solution.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
I have a deal just in the same situation that we're working on. We're not even under contract right now. We've been working back and forth to get everything going, just because we know what's going on right now. They already talked to a couple lenders. They're running their numbers. Right. And it's just like when I work with you guys. There's times that we're not even under contract, but our word is our bond. So if we say, hey, we're good, it's not, a contract is just backing up what we said in the first place.
Right.
So if we said we're good and this is what we're doing, as long as you and I have an understanding, it's just to let you know, hey, this is what we're working on right now. Be complete. Right now is the time to be completely upfront.
Yeah.
Because people will work with you if they understand what you're going through and what you're working with. So I'll let them know, like, if you're coming to buy a property from me right now, I'll let you know, hey, I do 0 days due diligence. So do all the work that you need up front. Right. In situations like what we're doing right now, hey, the with banks switching up every second right now, I have to be sympathetic when, and I know everybody isn't, but I have to be thinking about that person too. Hey, I'll give you a day or two to find out exactly what your terms are, and if this deal is really gonna fit the lender that you're using right now. Because if it don't, then you're gonna be in a situation you're gonna lose earnest money. So let's find out all of those things up front. Let's reach as closest to the table you can without going on the contract, and then seeing if this deal still works for you.
Yeah. It's about collaboration, man. It's definitely about
full disclosure. Yeah. Let me just say this: full disclosure on what you were just talking about, like as far as us doing business together. And you know, if we say it's good, even if the contract in place, that's based on relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, relationship.
Don't try. It's like one of those stunt things. Don't try this at home. You know what I'm saying? Doing your paperwork, making sure everything is above board. You know what I'm saying? But we built a relationship to where that's just us. You know, we like brothers, so it's all good. But moving forward, business is business. I just wanted to kind of put that out. I want people to think like, oh man. I mean, if they think with you, I get it, but you don't want people to think. No,
definitely,
that's the way you
gotta do definitely, because and then that's the next thing that people don't realize is that me and you are friends, but this is where it's still business,
right?
And don't feel no type of way because this is what it is, because that's what I'm gonna do with everybody else. I gave you the respect. I came to you first, and I appreciate that, because you always come to like, hey, I got this in your neighborhood. What you think?
Mr. 30315.
30315, man.
Hey, so we got less than 10 minutes left. We probably got 1 or 2 more questions for Damien, but if you guys got any questions for him, feel free to shoot a chat. If you guys on Facebook looking, if you got a question y'all want to ask Damien, feel free. We got probably about less than 10 minutes left, so we want to make sure you guys be able to reach out to him. I think somebody already said contact info. So if you want to talk about how to get in touch with you as far as social media or whatever.
Definitely reach out to me on my name, Damien Palmer, on Facebook. Definitely reach out to me. That's the quickest way to find me. I'm on social media a little bit.
And somebody said, and Amy, what's the name of the brokerage? You guys
Powerhouse Real Estate. They're in Roswell.
Powerhouse. Shout out to Amy Ransdale.
Yeah, shout out to Amy.
Somebody had a question. Let me see. Explain how a new wholesaler should go about coming up with repair costs when evaluating their first deal. This is a good question.
Yeah,
because I know you kind of like good with evaluating stuff since you've been in the rehab world. So how would you answer that for? And that's a good question. Somebody who's new, they want to make sure they're making the right offer. They're not a contractor. They don't have no experience in that. What would be a simplified way to kind of like, justify like what they should offer based on repairs?
Honestly, to me, I would still do the same thing that we always do. Like when I first started, is get contractors out there, get them to do quotes. Hey, when you first start any project, get a contract. Hey, it might pay him $50 or $100. Come out there and do an evaluation, whatever the situation might be. But that's That's what you do for education. You got to do things like that to help yourself out. Every time you spend money on helping yourself get better, that's money well spent. So even if you don't have a contractor to come out there, talk to them, see how much they charge. There's so many contractors on Facebook right now that will work with you and let you know, hey, this is what they think it's going to cost to get this done. Because if you don't know, you don't know what you don't know. So the best thing to do is get a professional out there with you, or a more seasoned investor. Call a Will, call a Tim that know what the numbers are and say, hey, what do you think this is? Let's work together on this first one and then see what we could do to grow ourselves over time, because some money is always better than no money.
That's the best answer. That's the best. I mean, that's one of the best answers. I mean, of course, you can call a contractor, but I think that answer you just said was one of the best answers. And here's the thing, like what I'm trying to get people to understand is when you're starting out and you just getting started and you don't know anything, the worst thing you could do, you're going to make the same mistake that Will Galloway made when Will Galloway first got started, trying to do everything on my own. That's the worst thing you can do. This community is too big. It's too many people out here you can reach out to. You can reach out to Tim. You can reach out to myself. You can reach out to Damien. It's so many people you can reach out to and have somebody go to the property with you. Have somebody walk you through. As long as you bring value, I don't think Damien will have a problem with you reaching out to him. I don't think Tim will have a problem with you reaching out to him. On a second note to that question, do you have like a way that you look at properties that need like a full rehab and you automatically in your mind say that's a $50,000 rehab, that's a $60,000 rehab, that's a $80,000? Like, do you work like that, or
so
how do you?
In the past we said about 70, but we've gone up to $85 a square foot right now. So we pretty much say $80 to $85 a square foot, and then we just subtract the things that we don't need to do. So like, hey, we say it's 1,000 square foot, it's $80,000 for the rehab, but it don't need a roof. Okay, I subtract the cost of a roof. I subtract the cost of electrical. I subtract the cost of plumbing, and then that's how I kind of run my budget right now.
And you can even call roofers, like if you're saying, okay, well, how much a roof is? Call roofers, tell roofers, what the square footage of the house, and they can kind of give you somewhat of an estimate. I mean, you're going anywhere from a roof, you're going to pay anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 to $6,000 for a roof.
Here's another thing that I've done in the past too. I've actually shout out to Jacques Mountain Inspector.
Oh, yeah,
I'll call an inspector and tell him, hey, I'm going to buy it. Can you go to the property, do a full report for me? So then I can know exactly what I need to work with, and then present that. You don't even have to bring the contractor out there now. Present that to a contractor. How much would it cost to fix all these things are updated? You already have a full written out professional report. You don't even have to come out there and look at it. Or if you're using that as an
you got to do that anyway. Especially if it's something you're trying to buy, you got to do that anyway. You got to get, these days, you got to get a home inspector and know what you're getting yourself into. So yeah, that was real good. That was real good. Got a question from Carlton. He said, other than doing Zoom, do you guys do any other type of social media marketing, and has it resulted in any deals? Do y'all understand that question? He said, other than doing Zoom, do you guys do any other type of social media marketing, and has it resulted in any deals? I mean, when you if you bringing up social media, I'll just get my point of view on that question. When you talk about social media, I just think that you're opening yourself up to the world of your friends, the world of your colleagues. So anytime, I think it's good, like anytime you talk about doing a deal, you just closed the deal, you working on a rehab, you're doing this, you're doing that. Anytime you're talking about stuff, it's something about it. It reflects like a magnet. It attracts people. It attracts people to kind of reply back. It attracts people to send you opportunities. It attracts people to want to work with you, because people seeing that you're a true investor, you're really doing this business. You're not just about talk. So I think that the more you talk about real estate, the more you tell people what you're looking for. If you're looking for a deal, tell people what you're looking for. If you're trying to buy a deal, tell people what you're trying to buy. If you're looking for sellers, tell people how you can serve them, how you can assist them. So I think the more and more you offer what you're looking for and offer what you can do for somebody, I think it reflects, it comes back, tenfold. So I just think it's just about planting seeds. It's about just acknowledging what it is you want, what it is you want to do, what it is, how can you assist somebody? I think that's the most valuable thing you can do, is always have your message reflecting what can you do for somebody else? How can you benefit that person? what your services, how your services can benefit that person. So as long as you continuously put that out into the air, into the public, you should get responses back. When you talk from a social media standpoint, what you guys got to say about that?
Kind of like what you're saying too, is just letting people, because it's free to just let people know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you can reach so many people, as you're saying right now, and just say, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm targeting. So then people will come to you and be like, okay, I see this is what you're targeting, and start reaching out to you because you're just letting them know, hey, this is what I'm doing. As you say, going to closing and showing, hey, I'm walking the property, I'm looking at another property, just showing them different things and what's your day-to-day, what you're looking for. Like if I'm looking for properties right now, hey, do a video of a property, what you're looking for. Hey, this is the type of property I'm looking for. And just use that to just present what you're doing, so help people find out what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And let me just say this real quick. Let me say one more thing real quick before you jump on, Tim. Let me just say this about social media. I think a lot of you ladies and gentlemen, I think you got social media all wrong. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is I think you got it all wrong, meaning you're on social media for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? You're putting in the wrong messages. You're looking at people's stuff that don't have nothing to do with related to real estate or whatever it is you're doing. If you're doing real estate, why are you chiming in on stuff that got nothing to do with that? You need to be focused on how you can educate yourself, focus on relatable stuff to what you're doing, and you need to put out stuff that's related to real estate. If you're doing real estate, why are you posting about, cooking? Or why are you posting about, stuff that have nothing to do with that? And I'm not saying, don't have fun and don't do things that you enjoy doing on social media. But to me, social media is meant to promote. It's meant to promote your brand. It's meant to, show people, show the world what you're doing. It's okay, every now and then to say something personal if you just got to say something personal. But I just think that you got to take the time to promote your brand. That's one thing I do like about Damien and his wife. He's always walking through his properties. His wife is always showing the properties that she staged. He's always showing the beginning phase of his rehab. He showed the middle phase of his rehab. Then he showed the ending of his rehab. People know that he does business. Guess what? When people see, man, every time I look up, Damien's doing a walkthrough. Man, every time I look up, Damien's doing beautiful rehabs. Guess what? I want to lend Damien some money, or I want to partner with Damien.
I like that
and
one.
It just attracts
I like the first one.
It just attracts that type of energy. It attracts that type of energy. But if Damien spent all his time posting what he's eating, talking about, going on vacation, talking about stuff that's not related to what he does, then guess what? People are only going to be attracted to that part. They're not going to even know the business side of what he does. And I think that you're doing yourself a disservice when you don't promote your brand and you don't let 80 to 90% of your posts be about your brand.
The funny thing, and if somebody look at your social media page and don't know what you do, you're not doing something right.
It's a problem.
If somebody can't know what you do for a living through your social media page, something is wrong. Your page should tell a story about you. That's what your page is out there. When it says your story, that's what it says. Facebook story. You should be telling a story about what you
do. And look down your profile, and they should say, "Man, that's a real estate investor. Let me reach out to him." You know what I'm saying? That's a hairstylist. That's a barber.
Yeah.
That's a fitness person. I mean, they should know what you do. And if they don't, then you're really doing yourself a disservice. You really, really are doing yourself a disservice. So maybe you need to reevaluate your social media posts and stuff like that. And maybe get you a business page or something. I don't know, but I just think that social media is free and it's so powerful. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're not actually telling people what you do. Tim, I apologize for jumping in. I knew you was.
Oh no, man! You took the words out of my mouth, man. You good, man?
Sorry about that, bro.
When I first started, somebody actually reached out to me, and when I wasn't doing a lot of stuff right, and they were like, "Hey, I see you posting all the time, but I don't know what you do." And I was like, "Wow!" I'm like, "So I'm here doing all of this, but you don't." So you got to be really strategic in what you do to really let people know what, not only posting, but let them know what you do. What are you looking for? What are you doing in this business? Or are you a rehabber? Are you a wholesaler? Are you looking for private money? Every single post that you do need to be strategic and letting people know what's your end goal. If y'all keep posting this all the time, what am I trying to get out of this? Because if you're just posting to post, then that doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, when I think it has to have a direction. You got to know what you're doing. Like, what is your purpose? So if you're pointed in the direction of your purpose and what you're doing, then guess what? Guess what? You're gonna be doing that. So
Yeah.
you know, your posts actually show the direction of your life, I believe. So is Delana on? Is Deanna on?
Who?
Deanna?
I don't see her name over
You don't
here.
see her on there? Okay.
I don't
Okay.
see her name. But hey, if you guys don't got any other questions,
How can they reach you, D?
how can they reach D? How can they reach you again? I know you said something earlier.
I'll give-
but we want to reach.
I'll give you another number. You can reach me on
What's the bat number?
843-310-8736, 843-310-8736, or just on Facebook, Damian Palmer. Reach out to me, send me text, give me a call. You know, as you said, we're here to help everybody, work with everybody. It's definitely a collective rise, like what Amy pushing is all of us working together for all of us rising together, not just one person.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, brother, we definitely appreciate the value you brought today. Man, we talked about it today, man. Someone was like, man, I want to hear what Damian got to say. I know Damian gonna bring some value, man. I'm glad we made that decision to bring you on, man, because you know, you brought it tonight, man, and I enjoyed the conversation. I know Tim did as well.
Appreciate it.
I did, man.
I'll have to bring you on real soon, man. We got to get you on one of the meetups coming up, man, real soon. So
I want
probably
to say one thing. I want to say one thing.
Okay.
Real quick. Guys, understand the value of partnership. Please understand the value of partnership. When I was working in corporate America, I called Trevaro Hardy. I don't even know how and he's on now, but I called Trevaro Hardy and I had a deal done. I bought a deal to Trevaro, and next thing you know, I was closing. I ain't have to do nothing else. So understand the value of partnership. Partnership is where it's
right now.
Huh?
I said, Trevaro, that's the OG, man. He shot me
That's
a
the
text.
OG, yeah.
OG,
yeah. I was just looking at that, man, and you know, he's actually one of the reasons that I was able to fund myself out of corporate America, and it was just through partnership. So that's what's up, guys. You ain't got to know it all. You ain't got to know it all. So.
And I don't want to know it all. I just want to surround myself with people that know it.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. I think it's good, man. If I look at my deals and my career, like I think probably 70 to 80% of my career was partnering with somebody on to some extent. It was bringing value to somebody, or I just know it's good. It's always good when you're working with people, man. The right people. Let me just say that.
Like-minded people. You got to be like-minded people, because it makes a difference.
Absolutely. You can't just choose anybody. So that's it, guys. We thank y'all. I know the hour went by so fast. It just, man, the conversation was vibing. We felt so good tonight. And Damian, again, man, thank you for blessing our audience.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Oh, no problem, man. No problem. It's like just one of the conversations that we have anyway, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, tell wifey we said, hey, man, hope you and your kids staying safe, man, during this quarantine, man. And, you know, if anything, you already know how to get in touch with us, man. So look forward to working with you soon on some deals.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
You know, if you guys want to work with us, we're looking to partner. We're looking for more deals. Make sure you guys reach out to us. Our email is always open. REI wholesalers are us at gmail.com. That's REI wholesalers, the letter RUS. That's REI wholesalers are us at gmail.com. We're looking at deals every single day. We're closing deals. We're partnering with multiple people. What we bring to the table, we bring our expertise. We bring, you know, our dispositions expertise, meaning like if we get a deal, we can get that deal sold. We can either buy the deal. We can help negotiate the deal. So really all you have to do is just generate leads, come through us, and we'll work with you, and we'll get you to the closing table. That's our goal. Our ultimate goal is to get you paid. And the only way we can help you is you got to bring the deal. You got to help us help you. So we're looking for opportunities. Keep us in mind. And keep us in your prayers. It's a lot of people. Let me just say this real quick before we go. It's a lot of people out here that's sick, that's actually dying from the disease. Guys, make sure you, before you go to bed tonight, say a prayer for somebody. Say a prayer for somebody that's sick right now, say a prayer for the frontline nurses and doctors out here who are, you know, putting their lives on the line for us, you know, Americans. You know, I definitely respect it. I've been watching a lot of like stuff where, you know, people, you know, I'm looking at how these nurses and doctors, what they're going through, man. I mean, they're basically, and even the military, they're basically putting their lives on the line, you know what I'm saying? So keep these people in your prayers. People are seriously dying from this deadly disease. So we got to keep these people in our prayers and, you know, stay safe. You know, if you don't have to go outside, don't go outside.
Say your email one more time, Will. Somebody asked for your email address. Say it one more time.
The email is REI Wholesalers. That's REI Wholesalers RUS@gmail.com. That's REIWHOLESALERS RUS. That's REI Wholesalers RUS@gmail.com. You can reach out to us that way. If you got a deal, if you got an opportunity, we help negotiate deals. We help get deals closed. We got all the paperwork. We got all the attorneys. We got everything. We just need you. So reach out to us. Keep us in mind. That's it. Y'all go be with y'all family. Stay safe. We'll be here.
And I appreciate you guys having me out tonight. Definitely.
Thank you, my brother.
Appreciate it very much.
Same time next month, same link. Next Monday, 8 p.m. We'll be here, ready to serve you guys again with some good information. So be blessed. We love y'all. Stay safe out here. All right. Thank y'all so much.
Peace.